And Jimmy Rogers took over the Boston Celtics. But after a year away, Casey is back on the bench as an assistant to Seattle, and tonight he's back in Boston. Boston Celtics basketball on Sports Channel is brought to you by Bud Light, because everything else is just alike. By the New England Peugeot dealers. Get to know Peugeot. Nothing else feels like it. By Store 24. Some things in life you just gotta have. By your New England Jeep and Eagle dealers, where you can always expect the best. By True Value Hardware, your store of first choice. And by Texaco, star of the American Road. And welcome once again, everyone, to a sold-out Boston Garden, where tonight the Celtics look to snap a 2-game losing streak. And they'll be facing a hot basketball team, the Seattle Supersonics, making their only appearance here in Boston. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Gorman, along with Tom Heinsohn. Welcome to our coverage of Celtic basketball, and perhaps a little special, at least before this game starts, everyone is talking about Casey Jones, back here in Boston as an assistant coach now with his good friend Bernie Bickerstaff. And Bickerstaff says, hey, this is as good as it can be having Casey back with me.
Well, it's a very good relationship. I think it's something that has enhanced our program when you bring in a guy who has a quality, both basketball-wise and both as being a human being, the caliber of Casey Jones. You can only enhance the program that you're working in. We're obviously very happy and enthused to have an opportunity to work together again. I certainly have enjoyed it, and it's always a learning program as you learn. I think when you get to the point in life that you feel that you know it all, you're in big, big trouble.
Well, obviously, the Sonics aren't in big trouble. They're doing well, Tom. And Casey, always known as a player's coach, and with a young team like they have in Seattle, that's got to help Bernie Bickerstaff.
Well, I think Casey Jones put it right on the head, Bernie, when he said that Casey can handle people, and he's a great basketball guy. So they had a great working relationship when they were at Washington together. Casey is the head coach, and Bernie is his assistant. The roles are reversed. And I think Bernie, quite frankly, because he's had some physical problems, was looking for a guy like Casey who would be able to take a backup role and for Bernie to feel comfortable about it.
Well, again, Seattle has been playing very well, and they've got some players out there in Seattle, led by Dale Ellis, known for his three-point shooting, but Dale Ellis can fill it up from just about anywhere.
Well, when you got a guy that's as big an offensive threat as this guy is, boy, that makes your inside game even more potent, and they've got some pretty good inside players to go along with Dale Ellis.
Yeah, Derek McKee, for one, inside is a pretty good player. Michael Cage is a good rebounder, and Dana Barrows seems to have found a home out there.
Well, they're playing him at the two-guard spot, and Sedale Freed is the backup point guard. So they really haven't gotten him into the role that you would expect Dana Barrows to be playing in the NBA, but he is seeing some time.
Okay, the Celtics going to be slightly undermanned tonight. Reggie Lewis, not in uniform. Neither is John Bagley, but Boston will try anyway. We'll be back with NBA basketball in a minute. Rotundo with the national anthem here tonight.
Yo ho ho! We're at that time of the season, right?
Yo ho ho! I want to do like a Jackie Gleason imitation all the time. Guy Rotundo. And there is Casey Jones and Bernie Bickerstaff, the brain trust for the Seattle Supersonics. Casey looking dapper as ever. Hope you were around for the pregame show. Tom got a chance to talk to Casey.
You know, one of the injustices of NBA basketball was the fact that these two guys, when they coached as a tandem in Washington, a lot of people thought because of one game in the finals against Golden State and the camera in the huddle that Bernie actually was doing the coaching. And Casey could not get a job for many years because that was a concept that most people had. And certainly Casey, when he became head coach of the Celtics, proved what a valuable head coach he really was. And now they're really back there with both have their own dignity and everybody understands they're both great coaches.
I think it was about 7 or 8 years, too, before they, any coaches let cameras back in their huddles. Wasn't that true?
Absolutely.
Number 31, Derek McKee. And at the other forward from Wichita State, 6'7", number 34, Xavier McDaniel.
The big and powerful lineup that Seattle puts
Trainer
on the
of
floor.
the Sonics.
And you know, getting back to that point on Casey Jones, it really became a personal tragedy in his life because of that. He just couldn't get any kind of a coaching job until Red Auerbach made him an assistant here.
Casey getting a very warm greeting here at the Garden.
They love him. Well-deserved tribute to Casey Jones.
At guard from Pepperdine, 6'4", number 3, Dennis Johnson.
Well, Jimmy Rogers is facing some of the same problems with this year's team that Casey faced a couple of years ago on blending people in and getting the best from your bench. And Casey was roundly criticized in his last year of coaching because he favored a slowdown style to bring out the best in really the 5 starters. And not using the bench an awful lot, but Jimmy facing the same type of problems. How do you blend people together?
6'9", number 33, Larry Bird.
Incidentally, I think Casey was unjustifiably criticized in that particular season.
Jimmy Rogers, Chris Ford, Lanny Van Eman, Ed Lacert all over on the Boston bench tonight as usual. And the officials for tonight's game, Mike Mathis will be the veteran. He's on the left. Ron Alisiak in the middle and Ted Bernhardt on the right.
All right.
All right. This copyrighted program is presented by the authority of the NBA and the Boston Celtics and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written permission of the NBA, the Boston Celtics, and Sports Channel is prohibited. Announcers on the broadcast selected by Sports Channel, approved by the Celtics, as number 33 makes his way onto the floor. First one out there. Seattle comes in second in the league in scoring at 115.2 points per game, 3 better than last year. And they lead the NBA in scoring margin, better than 8 points a game. That guy, a main contributor, Xavier McDaniel. That's interesting, huh? 500 team in the Garden. Must have good movies on those flights across coast.
Celtics still trying to search out a style of play.
Bird will take the first shot.
This Seattle team, Mike, is very, very explosive. Boy, they can get 10 points quick.
DJ's out on McMillan. Bird has got Dale Ellis. Paxson's got McKee in a switch. Now they switch back. Pinckney on Xavier McDaniel. He'll have his hands full. Rebound of Parrish.
Excellent defense that time by Pinckney, who was right on McDaniel's shooting hand. Angled him off the hoop beautifully, too.
Bird comes around a screen, finds DJ. Open, but passes it up. Tipped away, foul. Could be Cage.
Well, they've got great quickness defensively, the Sonics, to go down and double team and rotate as you swing the ball around. So it's not going to be an easy night for Boston's offense if they play half court.
Bird again. He's 2 for 2.
Well, all right.
It's a good sign. Celtics up 4-zip. They gave that foul to McMillan, who finds Cage, and it's 4-2.
You can't forget about Michael Cage. He can hurt you if you don't take him seriously.
He can rebound, too.
Mm-hmm.
Bird again. Finds Pinckney alone. Nice move.
Good alert pass by Larry Bird.
McDaniel looks to go one-on-one. Takes it in. Bird combines with Pinckney for the rebound. Outlet to Paxson. DJ in the middle. Pinckney on a wing. Eddie goes through, and the reach-in foul on Xavier McDaniel.
Robert Parrish really made that defense drop, and that allowed Pinckney's trailer play to work as he swooped in from the wing. He was going strong to the hoop. They had no other option but to foul it, Pinckney. Now, that has been the problem since John Bagley went down with that shoulder separation, is the running game of the Celtics, which is what Jimmy Rogers has been trying to do, up-tempo the game and make it effective.
Ed Pinckney with 25 of 26 from the line over the last couple of weeks. Paxson over there shadowing Ellis. McKee, little turnaround. Bird is there for his second rebound. Pinckney is flying. Bird couldn't get it to him as McKee saw the pass coming. Ellis.
Well, that's the perfect trailer to have on a fast break. Get the defense to drop, and he winds up behind the three-point line. He's going to score. No wonder he's getting 5 three-point shots a ball game.
Bird was waiting for Parrish to roll to the hoop. He never did. Robert misses the fall-away. McMillan the quick push. Cage will try again. Ellis got away with one.
Good push and knocked Bird right off the rebound before he went up for it. As a ball player, those are the ones that drive you crazy. A guy gets away with a big push like that and then scores the boot.
DJ over the top for Pinckney. Cage got a hand on it. Here comes McMillan. Sonics a chance to tie. Leaves it for Xavier McDaniel.
As the trailer play. Celts had 3 guys back, but the 4th man not in position to stop the trailer.
The quick start of the Celtics has quickly negated 6 straight for the Sonics. Bird pops out for 3. Off Pinckney, out of bounds. DJ got a hand as they were looking for McKee. Bounce past Pinckney to the hole for 2.
Protected the ball reasonably well that time to score on that play.
McDaniel right back and traveled with it.
Well, DJ beautifully took away the angle of attack from McDaniel and forced that walk. If you're going to stop Seattle, boy, you've got to get 3 guys back very, very quickly. And that kind of really haunts you when you're trying to offensive rebound.
Parrish, big height advantage on Cage. Paxson will try outside, knocks down 2. 12-8 Boston by 4. Bird really pushed McKee out of the spot. No call. Larry on a wing. Got it.
Ed Pinckney really helped create that opening for Bird as he out-hustled McKee up the court. That made McDaniel really have to drop down and protect a little bit. That allowed Bird to just swoop in for that trailer.
Bird has hit 3 of his first 4. And a foul off the ball. Paxson's going to pick it up.
Jimmy Paxson is going to have a man-sized job staying with Ellis as they pick for him to pop out. Got to beat the pick and not give Ellis that much room to catch the ball if possible. Ellis, a very quick shooter.
Ellis takes it strong to the bucket. Comes right back to him. Tough shot.
He used to be a forward, remember?
He's got 6.
Much like Reggie Lewis.
DJ leans in. Keeps the rebound alive to Parrish. Robin will try. Short with the finger roll. And they say he caught his own shot. And that's a traveling violation.
Well, if Celtics hadn't come up with that rebound, there was only 1 defender back there as Dennis Johnson had penetrated. So if Seattle had ever gotten a rebound, they had a chance for a 3-on-1 opportunity.
McKee backs his way in. Over Bird. Ellis sneaks in again. Missed it this time. Second opportunity go.
Well, Jimmy Paxson was looking to take off, thought that the Celtics had the rebound, and Ellis just sneaked right by him.
Ellis with 4 offensive rebounds. Bird uses the Parrish screen. And an illegal defense is called, and we'll get a timeout. 6:26 to go in the first. 14-12, Boston by 2, and the Sonics getting a lot of second shots.
Well, you're going to see why, because this is a real smart play. Lefty of screen, Dale Ellis guarded by Jimmy Paxson. Now watch what he does. Gives a little fake, and then he uses a pick, loses Paxson on the pick, and swoops right in there in the open territory for the rebound. Beautifully executed, intelligent play by Dale Ellis.
Celts by 2 in the ball. Over the top, Parrish couldn't get the layup, couldn't get the follow. Rebound Tage.
Believe it or not, Robert was a little bit intimidated by McDaniel. Or coming out of the corner of his eye.
Backdoor McKee. Sonics down a bunch early. Back to a 14-all tie. 5:55 to go in the first. Bird. Cage stayed home. He found Pinckney for 2 more.
Oh, went up strong that time, and McDaniel didn't bother to even go up with him.
Pinckney a perfect 3 for 3.
You know, when he runs, his whole game picks up.
McKee got around Bird, double team. Someone's open, and Parrish kicks it out of bounds. 5:25 to go first quarter. Mike Gorman, Tom Heinsohn here at the Garden. Pinckney doing a fine job staying with McDaniel. McKee trying to back in Bird, takes a fall away. And that's going to be a loose ball foul on McDaniel, who had to go over the back of Pinckney, who had him boxed out.
Well, Pinckney had him on his back all the way. And you've got to block out a guy like McDaniel and not just stay there. You have to go with him, roll with him. Because he'll move his feet. You can't just keep him on your back and root yourself to the floor. You got to roll wherever he rolls to.
So Xavier McDaniel has to go to the bench a little early, at least as far as Bernie Bickerstaff was concerned. Brad Sellers comes in. Paxson is free for 2.
Good look by Paxson, as the Seattle defense was late getting to him. Oh.
Ellis again inside, and that basket goes anyway. They were going to call a goaltend. Ellis has 10.
Great pass that time by McMillan to create that shot.
Kevin McHale up off the Boston bench. Bird looking to work and gets double teamed. Larry trying to go over the top, and the foul's going to go on Pinckney holding off Cage. Good effort out of Eddie Pinckney in the first 7.5 minutes, 8 points.
Well, he provided a lot of run in the attack, even though he didn't end up with any fast break opportunities himself except once. He created some good openings for other people by pulling the defense down as he outdistanced his defender.
An isolation violation.
Yeah, you can't have one-on-one basketball. They put an illegal offense now, you know. You gotta have at least 2 guys on the same side of the floor. That went in last year.
Bird misses outside. Sellers is there. Hasn't been called a lot, though.
No. Well, most teams have 2 guys on the same side of the floor.
Ellis trying to fight his way through to get low. Trying to hold off Paxson. 4 on the shot clock. McMillan doesn't like to shoot. Dennis got a piece of it. It's knocked out of bounds. 24-second violation.
Excellent defense by the Celtics that time as they were trying to work Bird down in the low post. McHale did a great job of getting up on the point man, and Dennis Johnson really bothered the shot.
Kevin, the quick double, finds Dennis Johnson in and out. Bird is there.
Well, Bird did a little nudging of his own that time, much like Dale Ellis did on him.
Loose on the floor. Bird finds DJ. Paxson to Kevin. Thought about the shot. Bird on the cut. And he'll go to the line for two. Ellis will pick up the foul.
That time the Celtics advanced the ball with the pass, even though it was a little late getting up the court. They got it up there enough for Bird to swoop in from the trailer spot and have a good attack angle on the hoop. See, everybody thinks fast break basketball is layups by one of the two men on the wing or the point man. The trailers can, if you push it up hard with the pass even, the fourth and fifth men can come up the floor and make layups. And Bird that time was the fourth man up the court.
Larry first to double figures with 10. Boston by 6, 22-16. 3:12 to go here in the first. Ellis again. Gets it back. Can't get it down. Tipped twice, and a third time it goes.
Oh, I'll tell you, he is a player. Everybody thinks of him as a three-point shooter, and that's it. There's much more to Dale Ellis than that.
He was a low post guy in college.
Sure was.
We're going to get a timeout with just under 3 to go in the first. Celtics by 4. For 2:55 to go in the first. Next Celtic game Friday night. Magic's in town. Starts at 7:30 with the pregame show. One time a year is all that happens. The Lakers and the Celtics, unless, of course, it happens again in the playoffs. DJ on McMillan. Paxson remains on Ellis.
He's a much easier man for DJ to defend than, for instance, a Mark Jackson or a Strickland.
Sellers misses outside. Rebound off Parrish out of bounds.
McMillan is not really a great penetrator, a la Strickland. So you're going to be able to deal fairly effectively with McMillan.
Cage looking to give it up, and he finds Ellis. Sellers one-on-one with Bird. 7 on the shot clock. Michael Cage has to shoot it. Bird couldn't control the rebound, but it was tipped out by Sellers. It'll be Boston ball.
I would have thought that Sellers would go straight up over Bird as a height advantage and trying to beat Bird with quickness.
Harris wants to go on Cage. Can't hit the turnaround. Ellis is there for a rebound. Quick outlet McMillan. McKee. Fall away jumper baseline. McHale might have got a piece of that shot.
He sure did. That was a gremlin.
That's what that was. McHale can't hit the fall away, and Cage is there again.
Might have been a leprechaun.
It could have been an owl. One of Santa's owls, perhaps. Sellers, no. Everyone has cooled off here the last 3 or 4 trips. 4th rebound of the game for Parrish. 1:15 to go in the first, and we're still at 22-18. Bird open. Hits on the baseline.
Why, nobody switched until it was way too late.
McMillan nearly walked with that, making his move. McMillan cut into the hoop, tracks it down, lays it in. Nice move. Nate McMillan doesn't score much.
Good backdoor cut that time.
Yeah. Sonics will get it one more time. Paxson hits again. He's 3 for 3 in the first half.
Delivered right at the letters. All he did was change direction of the pass.
Sellers can't convert outside. Parrish another rebound. Outlet, and Bird can't track it down. Sonics will have just about 19 seconds now to get the final shot of the quarter if they want it. Sedale Threet has checked in for the first time. And Joe Klein's going to come in, and Robert Parrish will get an extended rest around the quarters. Chief did not score in that first quarter.
That's some fairly decent opportunities, too.
Yeah, I did.
That should be a good matchup, though, for the Celtics. Cage defending Robert Parrish.
Foul before the shot on Kevin McHale. Just the second foul on the Celtics.
Number 32, Kevin McHale. His first personal foul, first in the last 2 minutes on the Celtics. Number 40, Sean Kemp is in the Seattle lineup replacing
Kevin Gamble in, and so is Sean Kemp, who is an interesting experiment by this club. Kemp never played major college basketball. Came from a junior college after giving it a shot at Kentucky for a brief time. From the corner, Bird the rebound. DJ lets it fly, and it's short. We have played a quarter here at the Garden, 26-20. Celtics are up by 6. Yes, that is Andre Tippett at the ball game here tonight. Celtics up 26-20 after about to begin the second quarter this weekend. Coming up on Sports Channel. Lots of good college basketball Saturday afternoon. Marquette will play host to Michigan and Ramil Robinson. Then later that night, a good chance to see Larry Johnson, one of the better players in the country, who plays for UNLV. And then on Sunday, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame defend their home court against UCLA. There's a look at Sean Kemp, youngest player in the NBA, just turned 20.
Supposed to have a world of potential. He's moved Polynice down onto the bench, who
Sure has.
a pretty effective player last year for Seattle.
A strong move right there. Derek McKee, his second bucket.
Well, he's 6'10", and he can put it on the floor. So that's, and he can post you up and go over the top of most good power forward defenders.
McDaniel aggressively out on Bird. McKee's got McHale, Ellis the double team. Kevin Gamble left open, and no.
And Joe Klein will be called for picking off Kemp, who might have had a shot at blocking it if Joe hadn't extended his wide body. Now, Joe was like clearing out the line for a running back. Got to make that play like you're a pass blocker. Fall back and keep your feet moving, get in the guy's way.
Calvin Upshaw is aggressively up on Sedale Threet. Kemp just squares up and fires. Rebound to Bird. He's got Klein ahead. Finds him. Joe steams in a strip by 3. Seattle with some numbers on the break. McDaniel's pull-up, no. And we got a loose ball foul. It's going to go against Ellis, I believe.
Now, Bird ended up having to block out Ellis as he got away from Gamble. That was a good pickup by Larry Bird to make that block out.
2 on Dale Ellis. 10:40 to go here first half. Boston's got a 4-point lead. They find McHale. Stripped by 3 again. Sedale with 2 quick steals. Celtics have turned it over 9 times. McDaniel. That was a difficult shot he made. Kemp tried to come for the rebound, and a foul on Gamble, maybe?
Yep. But at this stage of the ball game, what Seattle is doing is trying to isolate their offense and make Larry Bird the lone defender without too much help.
Number 10, David Miller, replacing Supersonics.
Sedale Threet came up firing. Bird kept it alive, and McHale pulled it down. Larry gives it up to Upshaw. Bird gets it back for 3. Knocks it down.
I'll tell you, that is a great sign. He's played a lot of minutes right now, and he still appears to have his legs underneath him. which really I think has been his problem.
Seattle a quick turnover on the other end, and the Celtics now can extend a 7-point lead, 29-22.
Larry Bird wants to play a lot of minutes. He may be doing himself a disservice by playing a lot of minutes until his legs are fully brought back. Now, there was a foul.
That was McKee who reached in. Kemp takes it to the bucket, got it, and counted. He'll go to the line. Sean can fill the lane, huh?
Yep.
6'10", 240.
They get it right back to the middle, and he just easily outdistances Joe Klein. And a guard has to pick him up, and there's just too much bulk by Kemp for a guard to stop him when he's on a move like that.
Buried that free throw like he knew what he was doing, too. Good trap at half court, and an over and back is called as the Celtics make their 11th turnover of the first half. It's going to get Dennis Johnson back in the game. Celtics turned it over 5 times in the first 2.5 minutes of the second quarter. Gamble's out on McMillan. McDaniel comes through in the baseline. Xavier wants to work. Can't get the fall away down. Gamble the rebound, looking to run. And he has to give it up to DJ Traylon. Up to Bird. Fakes the 3. Takes the 2. Rebound to Cage. Kemp. Bird right there with him. Cage spins on Joe Klein. Nice move by Michael Cage.
Well, they put a move that time on Joe, as Joe thought he was going to take it strong to the middle. Great spin move.
Sonics back to within 2. DJ trying to bump his way down the lane, and the foul is called outside on Sedale Threed, his first.
Right now, the Celtics, who up-tempoed the game pretty effectively in the first quarter, really has a slow front line in there. And Dennis Johnson back there, who is not their fastest push man. So they're going to be forced more and more to half-court basketball as this quarter progresses.
Kevin Gamble fights his way around McMillan and got 2. Just too strong for McMillan there. Down low, Kemp can't get it down. DJ the rebound to Gamble. Up to Bird. Trying to find Joe Klein in the middle. It's picked off by 3.
Well, Joe Klein stopped running. He had an open alley to the hoop.
McMillan can't get it down. Celtics now 3-on-3 the other way. Bird wants it. Got it. 17 for Bird. Celtics by 6, 33-27. Seattle will take a 20-second timeout. 8:06 to go here in the first half. And you know there's only one thing better than a Celtic win, and that's celebrating that win with a nice cold Budweiser. Celtic fans, this Bud's for you.
Here's Larry Bird. He's bringing it up. He, in effect, is the middleman. He takes it away from the hoop and just rises up and over the top. Now, that's on a fairly decent push up the court. Bird is going to have all kinds of shots like that if they play that tempo game and he gets into the swing of it. Actually, I think this offense that Jimmy Rogers is trying to employ, an up-tempo game, will get Bird more easy shots than he ever had under the other system.
Sonics getting more shots, but not making them, just 2 of 8. Celtics 3 of 4. Bird, who had shot less than 43% from the field in each of the last 5 games, is 7 of 10 tonight.
Well, you know, a guy who's had the leg problems that Bird had, 4 games in 5 nights, is going to affect the shooting.
3 front rims it, but McDaniel's there. They clear it out for Xavier. He goes to the hoop and lost it on the way up. Bickerstaff can't believe there's no call. Here comes Bird. He's got McHale, Gamble, and Klein. Kevin is hit on the way in. He'll go to the line. Sean Kemp picks up the foul.
Good save that time by Dennis Johnson to pick out the open man. And Bird just got it to the swiftest guy on the wing, and that was Gamble, who also is a pretty decent finisher on the front end of the break. A finisher is a guy that can go and make strong layups, go over the top of most people.
Dale Ellis will come back in. Sedale Threet will sit down with 7:38 to go here first half.
Not much offense out of Sedale, but boy, some pretty good defense.
Celtic offense coming from some interesting places tonight, Tom. Bird's got 17. Pinckney's got 8. Parrish hasn't scored. McHale hasn't scored. Dennis Johnson hasn't scored. Ellis off a screen, and that's money in the bank.
Boy, you just cannot let him get 2 steps ahead of you because it's such a quick release. You have no chance.
Gamble pops out. In it goes to Bird. He gets doubles, finds DJ the cutter for 2.
Good look by Bird. Great caught by Dennis Johnson, and he warded off Michael Cage.
McDaniel tries again. Hits that one.
Boy, McHale was right there with the man.
2 of 9 shooting, though, for McDaniel. And we don't see him much. Maybe he makes those a lot. Those look like tough shots he's taking, don't they?
Made that one. The other ones were easier.
Gamble takes advantage of Kemp falling down. Kevin with 5 off the bench. Ellis again off the screen. Leans in this time. Too hard. Tip won't go from Kemp.
Celtics are trying to get between the Dale Ellis and the pick man. You never get Dale Ellis that way. You got to trail him out.
Good catch by Joe Klein. Gamble with 4 on the shot clock comes up short. Kevin the follow. Bird is there a second time. Gets it back, finds McHale. And Gamble comes down with it. And a foul is going to go on Kevin Gamble. I didn't see it. Celtics will take a timeout. They're up by 7. International leg crossers in attendance here tonight. 38-31. The Celtics by 7.
Oh, boy. You're going to see. Most teams don't really double team Larry Bird, at least not so much this season. Here they do. Great pass to DJ. And without a real shot blocker in the Seattle lineup, DJ was able to really ward off Michael Cage and make that layup. But most teams are not double teaming Larry Bird because his shooting percentage is down.
Celtics owning the boards here in the second. Let's check the lineups. McMillan's out there with Cage, McDaniel, Ellis, and McKee. Paxson's back with Bird, DJ, Pinckney, and Parrish. And it's McKee this time.
That was not an easy shot.
Nope. Boy, McKee and McDaniel can certainly operate on that baseline, can't they? Larry got free. Knocked down 2. 19 first half points for Bird.
I'm sure Jimmy Rogers is saying right now, boy, Larry Bird is having himself a half. And do I take him out or do I keep him in there?
Yeah.
He's played a lot of minutes.
Ellis to the hole, and it'll be Seattle ball.
He's played all the minutes, you know, and very difficult to deal with a superstar like Larry Bird, who feels that he's got to play a lot of minutes when perhaps in his own best interest so that he can really be effective at the end of the game. Maybe you ought to sit out a few in the first half. But he's been a big, big factor here in the first half, so thus the dilemma by Jimmy Rogers.
19 points, 5 assists, a steal, and a block to go with 8 rebounds. Robert Parrish picking up his first.
Well, Robert Parrish really hasn't been a prime option against Michael Cage in the offense while he's been in there.
No, he hasn't.
Once or twice. That time Seattle switched nicely.
McMillan tried to leave it for McKee, and he couldn't handle the pass. Bird sneaking up the floor, squares up.
Well, he's got the stroke back today.
He sure does. 21 now. 9-point Celtic lead, 42-33.
Needless to say, if Larry Bird had been hitting his normal percentage or the one that you're accustomed to seeing him shoot, Celtics would have had a much better record.
Bird with the steal, his second. No double this time on Parrish, but he kicks it out anyway. DJ trying to thread the needle to Pinckney.
Well, Pinckney was rolling, but he didn't keep his defender on his back. He let the man fight over the top. Otherwise, he had a layup.
Avery Johnson seeing his first action of the night. Here's Parrish over Cage. Johnson in the middle. Quick push to McDaniel. Xavier blocked by Parrish, and he traveled before he took it. A heck of a defensive play by the Chief.
It sure was, but Pinckney made an ill-advised gamble in the back court that freed up McDaniel to take it to the hoop.
Bird fakes the three. Finds Pinckney inside. He'll go to the line.
You know, when you watch Kevin McHale receive the ball at his letters, he never brings the ball down to his waist. He goes right up with the shot. And Eddie Pinckney gets it at the letters. He brings it down at the waist. That allows the defender an extra count to block it.
Celtics by 9. Here, first half, Celtics by 9, 42-33. Stick around at halftime. Bob Lobel will be by with the WBZ TV Sports Channel update. Everything going on in the world of sports at the half with Bob Lobel. Eddie Pinckney for 2.
You know, Kevin McHale, again, to amplify that point before the break, Kevin McHale, when he catches the ball at the letters and goes straight up with it, really kind of jumps from his toes. He doesn't bend his knees, and you would think Ed Pinckney would be able to duplicate that, but Ed's got to bend down and squat to jump. So just that extra count, half count, or a full count allows the defender to get right back in there and destroy the shot.
Derek McKee knocks one down. The Celtics getting a great performance out of Larry here, 21 points. They're not putting a lot of space between themselves and the Sonics, though. DJ, height advantage over Johnson, wants to go on him. Jim Paxson hits a three. Paxson's 4 of 4. Ellis can't answer. It comes to Avery Johnson. Lost it on the way through. Goes and gets it back. Rolls it to McKee. And Seattle will reset. Ellis tries again. Johnson another rebound. Bounce past McDaniel. Swallowed up. Bird the steal. Cage gets it back. And they're calling for a reset on the 24-second clock.
That might have been a break for the Celtics as Seattle had Cage cutting to the hoop and Bird really not spotting him. Might have ended up with a layup.
Celtics have stretched it to a 12-point lead after leading by 6 at the end of 1. Ellis just made up his mind and got it.
Well, Jimmy Paxson cut him off when he really shouldn't have cut him off. He should have kept heading him into the corner.
Bird wants the ball on Ellis. Gets it. Fall away. Got it. 23.
Ellis is not going to go up there and challenge anybody's shot because he wants to stay in the game for offense.
Dennis Johnson picks up the backcourt foul. Here comes Avery Johnson. DJ will meet him top of the key. Over the top, Derek McKee.
Now that was a clear out, and Bird was trying to deny him the ball, and they just used the superior leaping ability of their player over Bird.
Bird trying to get free, fights himself through a couple of picks. Wants to use Parrish. Robert left alone. Skips it to DJ. Pinckney keeps it alive in the offensive board. Back to Dennis. Cuts to the hole. Rebound McDaniel. Xavier out of the pack. Now he finds Johnson.
Well, they waited to get the ball into the point guard's hands, and they had 3-0 up the other end.
Cage can't put it down. And Dennis Johnson upset with the official. No call on Avery Johnson. Larry the other way.
They just want fair play.
Pinckney the good hands, and the Celtics with 10 on the shot clock. Find Pinckney. Paxson will have to take it. McDaniel can't save it. It'll be Boston ball with 33 seconds to go in the half.
By going up and working Dennis Johnson in the backcourt, that cuts a lot of time off the 24-second clock for the Celtics to work their half-court offense.
And Larry Bird will sit down with 23 points.
And 33.7 seconds left in the half.
Celtic fans, if you want the great taste of a Bud Light, you got to make the best call of the night. Ask for a Bud Light, because everything else is just a light.
You're going to see Avery Johnson in the backcourt right now. They're up challenging him to try and make him use as much time in the backcourt as possible. There's the bang, no whistle. And Dennis Johnson got a little livid there. I mean, more than a little livid.
The old no harm, no foul, I guess. Huh?
Well, you can't do that because the object, if you let the guy manhandle him in the backcourt, it takes 9 seconds maybe to get the ball up over. That limits your half-court offense. So that should not be a no harm, no foul call.
Olden Polynice was trying to get in the game, and now the official is saying he can't. Bird has 23, Pinckney 10, Paxson 9.
And he really had his shot going tonight, and I'm sure what Jimmy Rogers was thinking at that particular point is, hey, this is a great confidence builder for Larry Bird, but will remain to be seen how Bird functions in the fourth quarter, or should the Celtics need it. A tough job for Jimmy Rogers to manage Larry Bird's playing time. A superstar like Larry can get a little upset.
Kevin McHale buries one on the baseline, his first basket of the night.
Larry Bird saying to himself, hey, I need a play to get myself back in shape. And I think sometimes he just doesn't recognize that perhaps the better part of valor is to take a little rest at certain points.
Ellis squares up and knocks down a 3. 19 for Ellis. Paxson with 6. Paxson, a little room. The runner, no. Pinckney there for the follow. Loose. Paxson's got it. DJ, no. Too late with the shot, but the Celtic lead is 9. 51-42 at halftime. Celtics on top. Halftime, 51-42, the halftime score. Celtics up by 9, and they can thank Larry Bird for a good part of that. Larry chipping in with 23 points and definitely has the shooting touch of old here tonight. The Sonics, on the other hand, a team that comes into tonight's game averaging 115 points a game, second in the lead to Denver, really struggling here tonight. Just 42 points in that first half and being held by the Boston Celtics to less than 40% shooting for the half. The Celtics really haven't had to go too many other places other than Bird. Eddie Pinckney had a strong first half. He chipped in with 10, but Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish very quiet, but they didn't have to be too loud, as again, Larry Bird really has it back here tonight, and he's got 23 at halftime. We'll have more coming up from the Boston Garden. The WBZ TV Sports Channel update is coming up next. Bob Newmeyer will be by with everything in the world of sports.
Tommy Hunt.
And the Celtics a 9-point lead, 51-42. Mike Orman along with Tom Heinsohn. And Tommy, you just said to me as we were waiting to come back on the air, you think maybe the best defensive half we've seen out of Boston.
Yeah, you know, they kept talking about the offense, and then they started talking about the team defense. But team defense starts with guys, you know, not just waving at their own man as they get back into the paint. And tonight, McHale and Bird. This is probably the best one-on-one defense Bird has played in all the games so far. McHale has done a creditable job, and they've done a respectable job on Ellis. So I think it was. They've kind of focused on it. I think they had that in mind, but they didn't have the practice time last week, and they might have spent the last couple of days really focusing on you stop your guy, at least make it a more difficult shot, or at least angle him off so we don't have to make such quick moves to try and cut off penetration, and it's working.
We shouldn't leave out Eddie Pinckney, too. Did a nice job on Xavier McDaniel, and we're going to see Eddie Pinckney in the highlights here. Got himself active on the offensive end, had 10 points. First time in 6 games. Eddie's been in double figures, and again gets a feed here from Bird.
Well, if Eddie Pinckney gets out on the run, he's very effective for the ball club. Tonight, he got some good points inside, one fast break basket. But that time you saw him catch the ball at the numbers and go up with it over top of the man and didn't give the defender an extra count to get back in there and bother him.
You see Larry sitting there, despite a lot of minutes, really had the shooting rhythm.
Well, the question's going to be, after only playing, not playing 33.7 minutes in his first half, will he have his legs underneath him should they need it in the fourth quarter?
Well, he needed more than legs underneath him here to get up there with Derek McKee.
Well, this is a backdoor play, and it's an alley-oop, and Derek McKee is going to outleap almost anybody on the Celtics staff, so what are you going to do?
Boston shooting at 51%, 88% from the free throw line. Pretty good advantage on the boards there. 13 turnovers. Does that bother you at all, Tom?
No, I thought they up-tempoed the game pretty effectively. Now they've got to try and do the same thing in the second half.
Ellis leading the way for Seattle, and, of course, Larry with 23 and 9. A big night. Second half's coming up. Here at the Boston Garden, third quarter about to begin. Celtics by 9, and that means it's time for the Celtics three-point play contest. Tonight's contestant is Peg Monterose from Everett, Massachusetts, and she has picked Larry Bird to be the first Celtic to complete a three-point play during the third quarter of tonight's game. Let's see what happens here on the Store 24 Sports Channel Low Jack three-point play. McMillan, McDaniel, McKee, Ellis and Cage are out there for Seattle. Paxson and DJ the backcourt. Bird, Parrish, and Pinckney up front. They go right inside to McKee. Forces one up. Offensive foul is called.
Well, Robert Parrish got right down there. Bird forced McKee further up the lane than perhaps McKee would have liked to have been. And that allowed Parrish with a one-step drop to put a little bother on McKee.
51-42. And again, Seattle averaging 115 points a game coming into tonight. Bird finds Paxson, swing it to DJ. Larry gets it back with 4 on the shot clock. Can't hit a fall away. Pinckney kept it alive, and Parrish tracks it down. DJ launches one. Seattle ball.
That was pretty good defense that time by Seattle, as, boy, they beat the ball on their rotation. Celtics forced to take a difficult shot to beat the clock.
1, 2.
McKee hits outside.
Well, Parrish didn't even go up there and bother him. Said, that's, show me your range. And he did.
Yeah, he did. Celtic lead down to 7. McKee's got a dozen. Bird. DJ wants to go over the top to Pinckney. Larry trying to lose his man, does. McKee jumps out on him. Bird's runner too hard off the glass, and McKee will get the rebound. Nate McMillan never looks for his shot, does he? McDaniel can't hit. Cage, great offensive board, and he'll go to the free throw line.
I tell you, Larry Bird did the right thing. He went over and tried to deny the low post entry pass to Cage, but Cage, once that was established, knew he had the inside position, and look at Cage just keep Larry on his back. He's a great offensive rebounder. When you give him the position for the offensive rebound, you never get it back.
Paxson picking up his second foul. It's only the second trip to the line in the game for the Sonics.
Well, I would say they're not really penetrating to the hoop an awful lot, so that's part of their problems. They've been taking fallaways and jump shots off pop-outs. McDaniel has gone to the hoop once or twice, and Ellis once or twice, but other than that, not much.
They're only 6 points down. Paxson, little runner. And a foul underneath. Robert Parrish clearing out his second.
Well, this is what happened in the Denver game. A little low point in the third quarter. And you got problems.
Celtics 0 for 4 here in the third. McKee again. Drives on Bird. Pinckney came to help. Parrish the loose ball.
That should have been Celtic ball anyway. McKee came from out of bounds to tip it.
Bird flashing through. Tough shot. Knocks it down. 25.
They were right on his shooting hand that time, and he just got that half inch that he needs.
McKee traveled.
Eddie Pinckney absolutely did a fabulous job that time. He got down low, took away the right-handed move, and forced him to his left. Good defense.
Parrish skips it. Bird for three, and he got it outside with 5 on the shot clock.
And we got a winner.
Yeah, we do. Way to go there, Peg. Bird takes down the rebound. Bounce past DJ. Inside, picked off Cage. Bounce past Ellis for 2.
You know, the flip side of having a slower team is once the other team makes a steal or a long rebound, Celtics don't really have the foot speed to get back and protect against layups.
McKee got there to knock it out of bounds. It'll be Celtic ball, and congratulations to Peg Montrose for picking Larry Bird as the first Celtic to complete a three-point play here in the third quarter. You have won a complete low-jack prevent and retrieve vehicle protection system for your car. Thanks for entering the Sports Channel Store 24 and LoJack Celtics three-point play. Nice job there, Peg. Nice pick.
Let's hope that she never has to use that.
Let's hope she's got a nice car.
Let's hope that that device is in and of itself enough to ward off anybody that would take her car.
It will be. It will be. 56-47. Bird inside. Paxson a good move for 2.
Boy, and Bird delivered it right at the proper time.
Over the top again. McKee just jumps up and gets it.
They're keying on Larry Bird, trying to get it to McKee.
Blocking foul. Bird on the baseline. His first.
He's going to see Bird just drop down and cut off the baseline. I don't know. That sure looked like a charge to me.
Bird got a hand on it. DJ couldn't come down with it. McDaniel does. McMillan looking to penetrate. Bird blocked the shot out of bounds.
Well, that's the first real penetrating move by McMillan against DJ. Got by him. Bird made a great play.
Sure did.
Well, Bird is a great help defender.
McKee looking to work again. Gives it up this time. McDaniel knocks it down.
Well, on a rotation, Robert Parrish ended up with a quick guy. Was afraid to go out there and challenge that outside shot.
Bird comes to the ball. Into Parrish. They clear it for Robert to go on Cage. Gets the roll on the turnaround. First basket of the night for Robert Parrish.
I'd say bona fide matchup advantage for the Celtics against Cage. It really hasn't been utilized an awful lot.
McKee. McDaniel the rebound underneath. Cage will try. Funny looking shot, but it goes.
Every time the lefty takes a shot, it's a funny looking shot.
He takes it with such hesitancy all the time, though. That'll be McKee over the top with the foul. Derek picks up his third. We've got a timeout. 60-51, Boston by 9. Got a 9-point lead here, 60-51, 6:47 to go in the third. And don't forget, every Monday night, 7:30, check in a sports channel, and you'll find the Nevlin Celtics Weekly with Bob Lobel, in-studio guests, looking back at the past week's games, looking ahead, insight into the Celtics season. It's all there with Bob Lobel every Monday night.
It's my former teammate.
Mm-hmm. Sedale 3 just checked back in. He's out on DJ. McMillan's leaning all over Bird. Larry leans by him. Parrish there, offensive rebound. Count it, and a foul. Authoritatively put down by the Chief.
And Parrish never brought the ball down below the letters. You watch now. Bird leans in, gets the shot. Parrish gets the good rebound. Holds it up there, right at the letters, and then up and in.
Michael Cage got his second foul. McHale in, Pinckney out. And after the Sonics made a brief run, the Celtics have opened it up to a dozen again. 63-51. Ellis. And McHale got the last hand on it.
In essence, right now, Dale Ellis is a forward, a quick forward, and Bird is trying to defend him.
DJ's got Ellis this time.
Well, that was on a switch. Yep. Bird ended up with 3.
Yep. McDaniel wants to go. Boy, that's a tough shot.
Well, he gets up, so he gets over most defenders. And even a guy the size of McHale will have trouble.
Parrish again.
But Threet's double team bothered the rhythm of the shot.
McDaniel inside. And the Celtic bench up and at him on that call. Kevin McHale picking up his second.
Sure looked like he hit nothing but ball as he came over to help out. It was ball, man. Ball, man. He's got the Spalding imprint on his fingertips. Stop laughing at what the truck says.
No, I know. That's not fair to the folks at home, is it? McDaniel 1 of 2. 9-point game. Boston the lead in the ball with 5.5 to go in the third. 3 harassing DJ. And again, Nate McMillan's really wrapped up on Bird, and McMillan commits a foul.
Well, the Celtics are down to their slow 5, and they're going to be playing more half-court offense, so they're going to have to execute. And Jimmy Paxson, who shot reasonably well, may be a factor in this stint, although most teams have been gambling off Dennis Johnson in the half-court sets that Boston runs, saying, prove it to me, Dennis, you can hit the outside shot. McHale, Parrish have been bothered with double teams, mainly because the other teams don't respect Dennis's outside shot.
Bird with 30 of the 65. Ellis. McHale there. Long outlet to Bird. McMillan won't catch it.
Good look by Kevin McHale, and Bird at the top of the defense just headed up court.
Cage. Pretty good move under the hoop, won't go down. McHale, another board, finds Bird again. Uses a Parrish screen. Stripped on the way through. Loose ball comes to McDaniel. Threet ahead to Ellis. Has got help. Takes it himself, and he'll go to the line as Jim Paxson grabbed him on the way by.
Well, Dennis Johnson got caught below the foul line and Seattle, with their quick 5 out there, really threw 3 up the court very quickly before anybody with a white uniform could retreat. So a pretty decent move that time by Paxson to commit the foul and put Ellis on the line. Let him shoot 2 to earn what otherwise would have been an easy layup. Saved 1.
Ellis, a great story, and he played 3 years for Dallas and never averaged more than 9 points a game.
That's got to be one of the all-time great boo-boo trades.
And has never averaged less than 25 in his whole career in Seattle. And here comes Dana Barros into the ballgame.
You think he's pumped up a little bit?
I would think so. And he'll come in for McMillan, so.
Well, that doesn't mean anything, as Sedale Threet still scheduled to play the point guard.
Let's see what Dana can do. Threet is up on DJ. He keeps slapping his hand away.
14 seconds left on a 24-second clock.
Foul's going to be on Sedale Threet.
Just that little token pressure in the backcourt cuts off the time you're able to really do damage with a half-court offense.
Sonics are over the limit. Dennis Johnson will be at the free throw line. Celtics will shoot a lot of free throws here in the final 4:25, or at least can. They keep forcing the game the way they have been.
Well, you know, we talked a little bit about minutes earlier in this ball game. If you're going to play an up-tempo game and really have a furious up-tempo game, you got to use a lot of players and let them play a fair amount of minutes so that your starters can sit down. Now, this tempo has not been super furious. It's been up-tempo. And this is really a tough decision by Jimmy Rogers. When is a guy tired? When is he not tired? So the rotation of what he's doing right now is really more towards half court than an up-tempo game, and yet they're still trying to play and push the ball up as hard as they can.
McDaniel hits again. 11 for Xavier, who has come alive here in the third. His club is still down a dozen with 4 minutes to go. Xavier McDaniel with a great reaction to the official. And just got hit with a tee. That's quick.
Personal foul is on Seattle's number 34.
Well, the young officials more prone to call technicals quickly to establish their authority in the NBA as don't mess with me. You got to be a little selective when you start opening up and putting your palms out. There's the reaction. Incredulous. Look at that. Underneath. Put the phrase incredulous.
Incredulous. Gamble in. Paxson out. And now McHale will be at the line for a couple. Kevin just 3 points here tonight. The Celtics now have their biggest lead, 14.
Well, with Bird hitting the outside shots and Paxson hitting the outside shots, the inside game has been double-teamed fairly effectively, to where McHale has not been able to make easy moves to the hoop.
Sedale Threet, coast to coast for 2 and a foul.
Well, there's the penetration. Sedale Threet probably a better penetrator than Nate McMillan. And you'll see Kevin Gamble never quite catches up to him, and there's Threet, who really knows how to cross dribble and take it strong.
Joe Klein picked up his second.
When that front line of the defense get beat, you end up with fouls on your big guys.
Bernie Bickerstaff losing his patience a little bit here. Celtics quickly through the Sonic pressure. Barros is out on Dennis Johnson.
About 14 seconds and at the three-point line yet.
Comes to McHale. Swoops in. No call.
Foul.
Klein the follow, no. McHale the follow, no. Rebound Cage.
Well, 2 or 3 easy shots that time.
Is Threet steaming up again. Barros leaves it for Sedale. Sedale's got some room, dumping it off. Whoa. A monster jam by McDaniel won't count.
Well, there is one of the basic problems. You know, Dennis Johnson, when he came with the Celtics, really, they got him for defensive purposes, and not so much to stop the point guard, but to stop the two guard.
The Andrew Tonys of the world, if I remember.
That's right. And what has happened is after they traded Danny Ainge, who used to play all the quick people, the penetrators, Dennis Johnson had to assume that role, and that's not an easy job for Dennis.
Seattle 5-point run here to get back to within 10 with 3:13 to go. Third quarter here at the Garden. And an illegal defense called against the Sonics.
As Dana Barros never really did get down there to double.
Second time tonight, so it'll put Kevin McHale at the line.
Once you leave your man, you must go double the ball, and he never got down there. He was about 5 feet away as the pass came out. You can't stand in there and sort of play a zone. You have to surround the ball with two men very quickly.
Over the top to McHale. Nice catch, and he traveled.
Well, they tried the Celtic version of the alley-oop. There's not a lot of alley in any of the Celtic players to oop to.
McDaniel backing in. Kicks it out to Barros. Launches a three. Rebound Gamble. Kevin will try. Knocks it down from the corner.
Caught McDaniel staying on the ground and just lined it up.
Ellis a fall away. Gamble inside, stripped by three.
So he's got nifty hands.
Sedale finds Ellis. The Sonics have missed a lot of shots tonight. You would think usually get down for these guys.
Well, that's as good a shot you're going to get on a fast break. It's almost a layup for Ellis. But he missed it.
Into DJ. Nice move with the left hand. No. Kevin is there.
Now, right away, they attack Dana Barros in the low post and clean up rebound by McHale.
DJ, the strip on Barros. Up to Gamble. He's got Bird. If he sees him, takes it himself. Rebound Cage. Barros the other way finds Ellis. He'll try again. 24 now for Dale Ellis. 1:05 to go here in the third. Klein on the cut, and he stripped from behind. A foul on Sedale, 3. We'll get a timeout. 57 seconds to go in the third quarter, and the Celtics are up by 13. Xavier. (77-64). Celtics by 13. Boston shooting 42%. Seattle still struggling at 39%. And tomorrow night at 9:30 live, the Stanley Cup champion Calgary Flames host the Quebec Nordiques on the home of the NHL Sports Gym. Tomorrow night, 9:30. Kelvin Upshar is back in. We were just talking during the break about with no Reggie Lewis and no John Bagley, Jimmy Rogers forced to really play people for longer stretches than perhaps he ordinarily would.
And also being forced maybe to change the style that he originally intended during the training camp. In order to have a real effective up-tempo team, you have to have speed in there. And it's very difficult for Jimmy right now without Bagley good push man and middle man, and Reggie with the speed to make that style work.
Xavier McDaniel with that patented shot of his. Gamble, and he'll go to the line.
I'll tell you, Sedale 3 just about took Gamble's jersey off coming around the pick. You watch now. Well, we missed a little part of it, but here's Gamble. When I talked about a finisher, now he's trying to do that against a 6'10" guy and almost overpowered a 6'10" guy.
Foul was on Sean Kemp. Gamble with 6 off the bench.
Now, a lot of people saying, well, what happened to Gamble? Nothing happened to Gamble, but Jimmy Paxson is really a more experienced player, and that's what Jimmy Rogers is looking for in using Paxson. The experience, not making that many mistakes.
Xavier McDaniel is on fire here in the third quarter. Seattle with some zip in their step here defensively, and the foul is going to be called on McDaniel for the reach-in with 9 seconds to go in the quarter.
Xavier McDaniel is doing a fairly effective job on Kevin McHale, as McHale is not really getting a good passing angle to receive the ball. And in order to just catch the ball, he's had to step away from that low post position. And McDaniel has been using his quickness on him. This time, however, a little bit too quick and too aggressive.
Fourth foul on McDaniel will send him to the bench. He has 13 points here in the third quarter on 6 fall-away jump shots. McHale with a dozen. Sellers, fresh off the bench, is going to have to take the shot and makes it at the horn. Brad Sellers, his first 2 of the night, 83-70. Celtics by 13 after 3. And here at the Garden, the Celtics outscoring the Sonics at each of the checkpoints, and Xavier McDaniel kept Seattle in the game, if indeed they're in it.
Well, you watch him now as he's on that, not on the box. Look at that leaping ability. McHale with those long arms and fully extended only got to the bottom of Xavier's palm. And that's all a shooter needs, is about that much. And Xavier McDaniel substantially smaller than Kevin McHale.
Sonics down at 41% shooting. That's pretty much the story of the game so far here. Barrows, Kemp, Threet, Sellers, and McKee will start the fourth quarter for Seattle. Casey Jones calling Sean Kemp over for some individual instruction before he heads out onto the floor. And a quick reminder again, Friday night, Magic will be here. The Lakers and Celtics, 7:30 for the pregame, 8:05 or so for the tip-off. The one time a year the Lakers come in during the regular season, and it'll be Friday night. Around the league tonight, Philly, without some people last night, bouncing back tonight, a 12-point lead over the Atlanta Hawks, who have won 13 of their last 16. The Lakers rolling over Miami in Miami. Miami 56 points in the fourth quarter. Cleveland with the 9-point lead in the third over Milwaukee. And Dallas and Minnesota in a good one, 54-53.
Well, Bird is back in this ball game right now, and around the timeout,
got a little rest.
And his offense really helped him get out in front early in the game.
You and I were talking during the break. The loss of Reggie Lewis there hurts them in 2 positions, really.
That's right. Not only in the backcourt, but even for Bird. He's their swingman, a quick forward type, so that they can continue to run. Without him able to play that quick forward spot, the only replacement is Michael Smith, and he's untested.
Sellers can't hit outside. Joe Klein rips it down quickly to Upshaw. Kelvin finds Jim Paxson. Barrows goes down, so Paxson can't hit. Bird get a piece of the ball, but Sellers the loose ball. 3 takes it right at Upshaw and gets a layup.
I'll tell you, when he puts it on the floor, He's going all the way.
Bird pops out. McKee got to him. Bird takes it anyway. Loose underneath. Pinckney is there. And he'll go to the line.
Well, what we want to watch here in this fourth quarter is Bird is such a key part of the game coming down the stretch. Does he have his shot together for the key situations that really spell victory? And you're going to see that rebound by Pinckney end up putting him on the foul line.
11 for Eddie tonight. Strong offensive performance.
What he did more effectively than score points tonight was create opportunities for other people in that first half by sheerly outbeating his man and creating the defense, or forcing the defense to drop down and open up alleys for Bird and other people to utilize.
Sean Kemp stepped on the line.
Whoa. That was a move.
Sean was going for the hoop, wasn't he?
Turn around, a little up fake in one step.
Sellers out, Ellison. Celtics have forced more turnovers tonight than in any other game this year, as Bird is now at 34 and counting.
Seattle defense broke down that time. Didn't get to Bird nearly quick enough.
Barros leaves it for Ellis, who gets a little closer. Air ball. Upshaw the other way. Paxson on the cut to Pinckney, and a foul by Fleet from behind. Great look by Jim Paxson.
I'll tell you, Calvin Upshaw read the defense and read where the opening was, made it react, and didn't really show that that was an opportunity until it was well there. And good pass by Paxson to Pinckney, who, again, didn't release it quick enough. Could have got an opportunity to put it on the glass. I wouldn't call that Pinckney a quick shooter.
No, I agree. Making up for it at the line, though. One away from his season high, Ed Pinckney is.
But he was down there running, and that's what created those opportunities.
Street trying to go over the top. Good catch by McKee. He finds Ellis, blocked by Klein. And they've got Klein on a reach-in foul, and Joe's upset. Three on Joe.
Great block by Joe right here. Goes to the floor, and, well, we saw incredulous. Now we saw anger.
Late game warning has to get into the Celtics. Late game warning to Boston.
They must stand away from the guy that's going to inbound the ball a certain amount, particularly against that side of the court. Oh, that was a walk.
Sure was. Changed his pivot feet, too, in the middle of that
Twice.
afterwards. Yeah. Barros looking to create something. Tough shot goes down. So Dana gets on the board.
Kelvin was right there with him on the penetration.
Celtics still by 15. Into Klein, picked off by Kemp. Up to Barros. Stops for three. Rebound Pinckney and a lot of green shirts. Up to Upshaw. Kelvin got two and a foul.
Good outlet pass by Ed Pinckney after the rebound to Bird, who had his head up and spotted Upshaw way out on the wing. And this is a strong move because McKee is really a leaper. Wasn't much room to get that shot off.
Used the body well.
Yep.
Michael Cage is going to come back in, and Freed will go out.
Joe Klein's looking over Jimmy Rogers and Chris Ford on as to who he should defend. Is it McKee or is it Cage?
Kelvin converts the three-point play. 18-point Celtic lead, the biggest of the night with 9 minutes to go. Barros leaves it for McKee, and he loses it on the way to the hoop.
That's a tough man for Joe Klein to defend out on the perimeter, because McKee can put it on the floor.
Bird comes to the ball, finds Pinckney. Kelvin Upshaw trying to fight his way through a screen, picks up a foul.
By the way, they're reaching out and grabbing jerseys as guys are trying to come off picks. Tough to call one on the offense.
Ellis can't get free. McKee launches one. Paxson saves it. Quickly Bird to Upshaw.
Reads the defense, knows there's no place to go.
Inside to Joe Klein, and he can't get the hook down. Barros. And that goes off McKee out of bounds. Good defense by Eddie Pinckney down on the baseline as McMillan comes in, and McKee goes out. So now Barros will go to the two-guard position.
And McDaniel will be the power forward, and Ellis is going to be the quick forward. Oh, they're real small.
Yep. Cage is the center. Picked off.
Joe Klein didn't see the switch and could have gotten the ball, but never got good position to receive it.
Barros has a screen, can't use it.
Oh, shit!
McMillan can't get the follow, but gets the tip.
Got the bounce that time.
7:15 to go in the game. Bird again for two.
Well, Ellis is not really going to be one of those staunch defenders, so Bird feels confident he can get the shot off.
Ellis can't get three. Paxson the loose ball up to Bird. And a reach-in foul in the backcourt. We'll have a timeout with 6:58 to go in the game, and Boston cruising by 16. (94-76). Celtics on top with 6:58 to go here in the game, and as soon as this one's over, we will be headed down to the Kings and the Whalers. A look at Wayne Gretzky joining that one in progress. Sports Nightly comes up at 10:30, and then a taped replay of that Kings-Whalers game at 11 o'clock tonight.
You know, it's kind of frightening. If I were Casey Jones and Bernie Bickerstaff right now, as they've gone small, hoping to be aggressive, both offensively and defensively with that small unit, and it hasn't happened.
Bird for three. And it's going to be a foul on Joe Klein.
Well, it was a late whistle because Joe Klein really cleared somebody out way before the ball hit the rim.
4 on Joe. Seattle has scored over 100 points in 28 straight games. And again, an indication of the defense Tom pointed out earlier the Celtics are playing. That streak in serious jeopardy here. 76 points with 6.5 to go, and they turn it over for the 20th time tonight.
And the biggest adjustment, I think, is Larry Bird. Larry Bird's been out playing perimeter people, and instead of sinking back in and trying to play team defense, he's trying to do a job on his own man. And it's been working. Oh.
Nate got a ticket through there, didn't he?
A token. Probably could ride for a year on MBTA.
Upshaw finds Larry, and he sees Paxson open.
Bird, like always, knowing where the open man was.
13 for Jim Paxson. Bird real close to a triple-double as Ellis goes through.
Well, Bird has challenged Ellis a couple of times on the outside shot, really bothering the outside shot. And that time, Ellis decided to put it on the floor as Bird made a little move to advance. Now, you watch him just catches Bird going one way, and that's just enough for Ellis with his quickness to glide by Bird. But all things being equal, Bird's done a pretty decent job playing this guy, and at times Xavier McDaniel.
Avery Johnson on Upshaw, and now they trap him. And a little extracurricular activity there. The Celtics call a timeout. 5:41 to go in the game, and Boston by 15. And now Jimmy Rogers is saying he wants a 20-second timeout. And that was a good call.
That was a good call by Kelvin Upshaw, because he was double-teamed and no place to pass to. So didn't force anything, used his noodle.
Dennis Johnson comes in for Upshaw. Paxson open. And could that be Cage?
Well, there's a battle that goes on every single game underneath that rim. The guys are trying to get position well before the shot is taken most of the time. And a lot of the shoving goes on, and one guy gains an advantage for an instant, and then all of a sudden the ball hits the rim, and the other guy tries to regain it by pushing. But they could call a foul underneath there almost any time they want it.
That is only the 8th free throw the Celtics have missed in the last 6 games. (97-81). 5.5 to go here at the Garden. DJ is out there on AJ. Ellis. Tipped up a few times. Dennis Johnson down with it. Tries to run away from the trap. Gets it to Bird. Over to Paxson. Back to Larry. Finds Jim. Sets his feet. Knocks it down.
Had his option to Kevin McHale in the corner, or Paxson looking straight at the hoop. Gave it to Paxson.
15 for Jim Paxson. Avery Johnson is first, too. Olden Polynice up off the Seattle bench, looking to come back in. Cage comes down with the tip. Dale Ellis buries a 3.
Well, that's what I mean by this team making big comebacks. When you got a three-point shooter like Ellis, you can make up ground quick.
And some time to go in this one, 4:29. Inside Joe Klein. McMillan the rebound. Up to Avery Johnson. Rumbles in there, and Dennis Johnson gets the reach-in foul.
When you play a small penetrating guard, what you got to do is get down lower than the other guy and spread your base and try and keep him in between your knees. And that's an awfully tough job for Dennis Johnson, who kind of is used to playing more stand-up defense than spread the base defense.
Johnson gets his 3rd point of the night. Celts take a timeout. 4:16 to go. They lead by 12. Oh, and the lead is down to 12 thanks to bombs like this one.
Boy, and when they advance the ball quickly and Ellis is out on the wing, he's not looking for layups. He's looking for these 3-pointers, and McHale had him a little bit. Another step closer, and he might have gotten a piece of that. But, boy, you just don't think that Ellis shoots the ball that quick, but he does.
Bird has 36 to lead the Celtics as Andre Tippett looks on. Ellis has 30 to lead the Sonics.
Believe it or not, the Celtics have done a pretty decent job on Ellis tonight.
Xavier McDaniel has checked back in, so it's Avery Johnson, Nate McMillan, Dale Ellis, Xavier McDaniel, and Derek McKee. Or make that Olden Polynice. Boston a 19-point edge at the line. Sonics have run off 7 straight here. Polynice trying to push McHale out. 3 on the shot clock. Loose. McMillan's got it. Kicked.
I'll tell you right there.
Bernie's got a case.
He sure does. Timer never gave Seattle possession of the ball, and Bernie is smiling. That's a key call. Right now, took away what appear to be 2 easy points for Seattle.
Yep.
As soon as one team gains possession, the clock should change. Didn't.
Ellis sets his feet again. Not this time. And that's going to be a foul on McDaniel, pushing off for the rebound.
But Ellis was sitting out at three-point line all by himself.
That's a big turnaround right there. 5 now on Xavier McDaniel. Chief will come back in. That's a big swing, Tom.
Sure was. There's Joe Klein. Not one of his good offensive nights, but not bad.
Get out of here.
Kevin McHale's streak of consecutive free throws ends at 44, and he misses 2. McMillan.
Come on, Gale.
They get it to McDaniel. Here comes the spin move. McHale was there with the block. In the middle, DJ. Parrish legging behind him. Kevin! Count the bucket.
What a defensive move by Kevin McHale to smother McDaniel.
Ellis takes it hard to the hole for a quick 2.
Yeah, but Bird was right out there to take the three-point attempt away from him.
11-point Celtic lead as we approach 3 to play. DJ open. McDaniel quickly to Avery Johnson. Takes it in himself and hits it. Tough shot by the little guy.
Yeah, those 2 free throws by McHale.
Lead is down to 9.
Might be important. Celtics right now really just trying to take time off the clock, not searching out the best shot. And sometimes you get in trouble doing that.
DJ again penetrates this time. Gets the roll.
When you work the clock down, instead of taking the best shot, sometimes you end up with the poorest of attempts, and that helps the other team get back in the ballgame.
20-second timeout called by Seattle as Xavier McDaniel either got whacked or went down hard. I'm not sure which. He was holding his head at the other end. 2:10 to go, 103-92, Boston by 11. See if we can see what happened to McDaniel here.
They rush out to pick up DJ, and there goes DJ up. And Polonese hits him right in the forehead, his own teammate. Maybe that's why Polonese isn't playing an awful lot.
That's right, he's wiping guys out.
Wiping guys out on his own team. There you go.
Ooh.
Boom.
Olden.
Boom. Another boom.
Seattle ball in the corner, 2:07 to play, down 11. Xavier's saying, what was that guy doing in the game?
Coach, what are you doing? He manhandles me in practice. You put him out in the game and he's still manhandling me? He's on my team.
Polonese is a physical specimen, I'll tell you. 7 feet, 250. They find Ellis. He launches one. It's an air ball.
Parrish had switched out to take away that easy shot by Ellis and ultimately bothered him on it.
Paxson controls it at half court.
Let's spread him out now.
Larry, little runner, goes off the glass.
Oh, boy. Haven't seen one of those in a while.
38 for Bird. Alley-oop, Sean Kemp. Faked it on one side, got it on the other. Boston ball with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Dana Barros and Brad Sellers come back in for the Sonics. McMillan and Ellis sit down.
There's the white flag right now.
I would say so.
I surrender dear.
Bird on the 20-year-old Kemp. Takes a fall away. Oh! He's got 40. Steal by Bird. Up to McHale. Stripped by Barros. Goes around DJ. Polynice lost the handle. Dennis Johnson got the handle, trying to get it out to McHale. And at long last, a jump ball is called. 45 seconds to go, and the Celtics will extend their home record to 9-2 and pick up their 12th win overall this season.
Now, this was a hard-fought victory, I'll tell you. Without Bagley and Reggie Lewis, the tempo really stayed pretty high, and the Celtics, with their experienced team in there right now, has handled the pressure defense very effectively. And so now,
Avery Johnson leaves it for Barros. He knocks down a three. So Dana will leave the Boston Garden with at least 5 points. Bird finds Paxson. Into McHale. Hits over Kemp. Kevin with 16, 14 of those coming, and Larry Bird with the triple-double tonight. That was his 10th assist. Avery Johnson misses at the buzzer, and the Celtics, a very convincing 12-point win over Seattle here tonight. Led at every break. Nice to see you, Case. Celtics win it by 12. And the final score here tonight is the Celtics pick up their 12th win of the season with a 12-point win over the Seattle Supersonics, holding them under 100 for the first time this year. And number one, Tom, just a solid defensive game for Boston.
this probably was the best defensive game for individual defense one-on-one, where people were going out on the perimeter, picking up people, instead of relying on the age-old, in quotes, team defense, which was really not in evidence before. The team defense starts with you doing a job on your own man that you're assigned to. And if that guy gets by that defender, the rest of the team is supposed to help. But what was happening in many of these games is that the individual defender was having troubles, and the guy was making one move and getting right into the heart of the Celtics defense before the team defense could even know that the guy was there. So that appears to have been adjusted tonight. The other thing that was so impressive to me tonight, and it's hard to believe, that Bird had a game like you had had 2 years ago. Played just a fantastic game shooting-wise, came out early, started hitting the shots, played a lot of minutes, and ends up really making some key shots in the fourth quarter, which was something I was looking at.
Well, let's pay some tribute here to Larry Bird. He is our Anheuser-Busch player of the game, and Larry with the triple-double tonight and was doing it from just about every angle.
Well, in addition to that, he was playing some great defense, going out and challenging people, and making all the great plays. Ends up on the front end of the break, ended up in the middle of the fast break as a middleman. Did an outstanding job, as always, on the defensive boards, passed the ball. But his shooting was there tonight, and that's what this team really needs, and Larry Bird to hit those shots at key points in the ball game, which he did.
And John Bagley and Reggie Lewis, of course, unable to play tonight. Jimmy Rogers forced to play. Some people perhaps longer than he might have liked. Bird played 46 minutes, for instance, in the game. But, boy, they responded well. And as you say, in the fourth quarter, seemed to have their legs pretty solid.
Well, the game wasn't such a furious tempoed game that they might have lost it. But it was probably as well as you could up-tempo the game with the players that were on the court. It was as aggressive as this slower team could play. There was no speed in the lineup at times, so that you're not going to get those bustaways and what have you. When Pinckney was in the game, he used his speed effectively to create shots for other people, and he had a pretty good offensive game to boot.
Okay, we'll take a look at those final numbers from tonight's game in just a minute. When we come back to the Garden, Boston again, a winner by 12. final score, and we'll take a look at some numbers from tonight's game. And the Celtics shooting just a little less than 50%. Seattle certainly got a bundle of shots in the game, 102 to 79 for Boston. But again, as you indicated, that was the Celtics trying to dictate a little bit, at least their pace.
Well, I think that's true, and Seattle, much faster basketball team, so that, you know, that applies to their defense, too. They could get people back quicker than the Celtics could get their people back.
Ellis led the way with 32. McDaniel had 15, most of those coming in the third quarter. And on the other side, it was Larry Bird's show. 40 points for Larry, but good balance after that. 16, 15, and 14 for McHale, Paxson, and Pinckney. A quiet night for Robert Parrish tonight, as you see him down there with 5 points. And still one of the great matchups in all of basketball. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the Lakers and Celtics Friday night. That should be fun.
Whoop-de-doo, that's all I can say. It's the Lakers, without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, their automatic half-court offensive player that created so many good things for other people, is not in evidence. It doesn't appear that the Lakers are bothered a bit.
Well, we will see what happens come Friday night, the traditional battle, the Lakers and Celtics, 7:30 for the pregame show. Tap off about 8:05 exclusively here on Sports Channel. And that's just about going to do it. We're going to take you to some hockey down in Hartford. The Kings and Whalers are going at it. We'll join that one. The Kings have got a 4-2 lead late in the third, and we'll pick that up. Sports Nightly comes at 10:30, and then a replay of that hockey game at 11 o'clock. For my partner, Tom Heinsohn, our stat man, Dick Light, I'm Mick Gordon. Good night from the Garden, 109.97. Boston Celtics basketball on Sports Channel has been brought to you by Budweiser, beached with age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By the New England Peugeot dealers. Get to know Peugeot. Nothing else feels like it. By Store 24. Some things in life you just gotta have. By your New England Jeep and Eagle dealers, where you can always expect the best. By True Value Hardware, your store of first choice. And by Texaco, star of the American Road.